Hi, my name is Willem Ziada, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I'm so excited to introduce you to a renowned hip hop and rap artist, JX. For more on JX, you can read more about him right below this video, but in the meantime, check out JX's incredible talent.
Y'all gonna turn me into a different breed, a different animal. Got you. General is bracking, my nigga. FB, you already. My man caught a case, I had to tell him lay low. If you let the 40 boom, then don't let your face show. Whoa, I got bad bitches on the come up. Yeah, niggas see me and know my guns up. Yeah, if you owe, you pay the tab until the sums up. That's all I gotta say, man, just to sum up. Yeah, I've been riding late until the sun's up. Back the Chevy up like it's a dump truck. Shorty give me brains and she go dumb nuts. Yeah, I really can't complain, I gave a thumbs up. We sitting on the plane, I'm counting funds up. Sticky on me for whoever runs up. Yeah, you gon' hear that dun 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 dun. Hit him one more time and now his shit done. Yeah, I gave you some of mine so you won't get crumbs. I turn water into wine, now I'm worth 6 tons. If you hating on my shine, man, you gon' get shunned. If you hated on my grind, I know you sick dumb. I was patient in the line, I had to sick some.
Well, hello, JX, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing today?
JX, I'm doing so much better because I'm so excited that the audience has got a little sneak peek of your latest single, Bass Pop. You are a renowned hip hop and rap artist, born in Mount Vernon, correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
2 minutes from where I grew up in Pelham Manor. You now live in North White Plains. We won't give the address because you'll have all millions of your fans going after you. But JX, I want to know, my friend, when did you realize that you not only wanted to create music, because born and bred New Yorker, you have such a New York vibe about you that before even reading about you, I was like, this guy loves like old school New York hip hop rap. When did you realize that, there were certain artists out there that you wanted to, not only gain influence from, but also make it your own?
Man, since a kid, since growing up, I mean,
who were your inspirations?
My mother always says my first words were the Naughty by Natures. You're down with OPP.
I love that, JX.
So like growing up in the 90s, listening to Biggie, Jay-Z, all these guys, Wu-Tang Clan and, Tribe. It's just, that's my era. I feel like that's really my generation, and like you said, it speaks in my music.
Well, also what I love, JX, because I was a performer for many, many years professionally, but as a director now, and I'm so grateful I get to work with all artists in all artistic disciplines. And believe it or not, hip hop and rap has always been a genre that I've always been drawn to because I love how unapologetic artists are. And for me, some of the best storytellers are hip hop and rap artists. And you have that because there's like a poetry, there's a certain flow, there's a certain rhythm that you either have it or not. Yeah, you can learn from the best, but have you been told that by people? Because you have a very distinct rhythm and poetry, like a locomotion.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And it's funny you actually said that because I have been told that before. And it's probably because I started off writing poetry. That's kind of how I got into rap.
Wait, we got to tell the audience, we did not talk about this before the interview.
Yep. So
I'm listening to I'm all about the lyric and I'm like, this is poetry.
It is. And I really genuinely appreciate you saying that because that's where I'm coming from, just the place as a poet and being able to display my art through rap. I mean, that's where I started. I was like probably about 9 years old when I started writing my little, poetry, my little stanzas, as we call it, as this poets call it. And man, it just transpired into me becoming a rapper years later.
Also, what I love about what you do, JX, is that whatever, in all musical genres, there's connotations or preconceived notions, but I love that you add a certain type of JX beauty to hip hop and rap that I've never heard before. Have you ever been told that, and am I making any sense?
No, you're making a lot of sense, and I really appreciate it because once again, it's just like for me, it's elevation. And right now, people compare me to a lot of, other great artists like Fabulous and stuff like that. But it's just like you said, I'm distinguished in the sense that you can tell that I'm coming from, a different place, especially being from Westchester. You can relate, with me being from Westchester. We don't always get the credit, that we're kind of like, not as cool as the boroughs in that sense and stuff. But, that's not true. And I think that my story, it just, like you said, it just correlates to others like that in a different way.
Well, also JX, what I also love about your music and what you create is it's a beautiful fusion of an unapologetic sense of where you grew up in Westchester, but also an understanding about who came before you. Look at Kid of the 90s, I get it too. And that you're almost in some way celebrating all of these artists that influenced you, but unapologetically putting your own stamp on it.
That's deep. That's pretty deep. I've never even looked at it like that. That's pretty deep. And I would agree, because that's what I do. Like, you can tell who my influences are, which is why people probably compare me a lot to, Fabulous and, and rappers of that sort. But, like you said, I put my little spin in it.
JX, you have this, obviously this new video out that's already gotten tens of thousands of views, Bass Pop. What was your inspiration in creating that song?
Oh man, so my friend the General, he lives in Brooklyn. He actually produced that house at his house, and he was going through a lot of beats. And when I heard this one, I said, play that again. And I was like, I need this beat. I need this one. This is mine. I need to have this. And I wouldn't leave his house until he gave it to me. And once he gave it to me, I mean, I recorded it probably like less than a week, honestly. Like I recorded that, man, like so many months ago. And then, we just prepped it, obviously, did the marketing behind it to put it out to make sure we reached those thousands of views when the video popped. But that was just like a beat I fell in love with instantly.
Well, I love that because, as an artist, I can also relate to in the creative process. I feel like we all have these channels, these little dams, and they're just waiting to be broken. And that it's either a beat or a thought or an experience. Does it vary for you when you create songs? Is it sometimes a life experience that you just need to get out, a dream, a beat, eavesdropping in on an observation on the street somewhere? Like, what is it for you that activates your imagination?
It's all of
everything.
It's all of that. It's everything. It's all of those elements, because any one of those things at any particular point in time can just trigger something instantly that me as a writer, as a poet, as a rapper, as I write songs for singers and stuff like that. So I really am a writer, and from that point, when you see certain things, it just triggers that writer out of you, and you just start instantly, pinning things down. So it's everything.
What I love about you also, JX, is that you're a true vessel. That you're not only writing songs for you, but that you have this ability to also write for other artists. And I'm curious to know of any songs that are coming out for other artists that you're excited about, releasing soon, or maybe some collabs you can talk about.
Well, a producer named Harwood, he produced a recent track for Doja Cat.
Wow.
I probably can't say what specific track.
It's okay.
He produced a track for Doja Cat. I'm pretty sure people will Google it, obviously, but he actually sent me this instrumental that I was listening to the other night, and I, once again, just writer in me, just started pinning things down. And by the end of the song, I found myself DMing hers management team, and I was like, I got this perfect song for her. And so we've been reaching out, coordinating with them, and if by the likes of God we're able to make this happen, that'll be like my first placement for R&B singer for 2021.
Oh, JX, well listen, I could speak with you forever, but I want to not only remind that for more information on you, people can read right below this video, but also I want to affirm something for you. Sorry, this has become like some sort of, there's like a spiritual nature that I'm all about the vibe, and you're like bringing it out of me. So sorry if I'm like going on my soapbox a little bit.
No, I love it.
But you move me because I think for any artist out there, especially indie artists, right, that are just that one hit away from hitting industry, that the fact that you have such a positive vibe about you, unapologetic about it, and that's so much so that if you have an idea, you just go after it, that you DM, that that something sparks, you stay there in the studio till you get that beat. And it's unapologetic because you've obviously done the work on yourself to have a clear channel from your mind to your heart to your spirit. And that really does show. And I just wanted to affirm that.
Man, I really appreciate you for saying that. Like, I can't thank you enough, because that's all I'm trying to do, is just display my art and show people who I am as a person. And everything you just said is 100% true.
Well, JX, it's very apparent to me. And if it's, I just started researching you a week ago. I'm like, how the hell do I not know this guy is? So if you're, Will on 57th Street, from around the block from where you grew up, is feeling this. I know other people are as well. They're just not, they don't have a little talk show where they get to just vomit at you.
They don't, but if they had one, listen, I would be there to talk all day. And I love it. I just appreciate you so much for reaching out to me. I appreciate you for even taking the time to research me and look up my music and to know so much information. I was so surprised that you even knew as much information as you did. And man, it's really an honor.
Well, listen, JX, if when I went from performer to director, my main goal was to create safe spaces. And this opportunity through this amazing new social media platform, FENIX, that's already providing safe spaces for artists to not only make more money, but also to connect, it's been a blessing in disguise for me, because to meet artists like you, JX, these once in a generation artists, and now to see all of these artists that, on this YouTube page, everyone's connected through this app, everyone's connected all over the world. And it's cool. And I'm grateful to be a small part of it, but to meet you, JX, has been a pleasure. So thank you.
Thank you. And I'm grateful to be a part of it as well. And I thank you guys for letting me join the team.
God bless you, JX. Thank you.
God bless you too.
In the digital age, artists and bands struggle to make a living. In fact, only a small number of artists can live off their craft. For the 98% of artists that don't have the luxury of being signed to a label, it's tough. But artists deserve to live off their art. Wherever you are around the world, appreciation of music does not change. FENIX brings bands and their fans together, whilst allowing bands to properly monetize their passion. The FENIX app will directly connect bands and fans with no need for middlemen. We're utilizing the blockchain to give the power back to the artist once and for all. Join FENIX, join the change.